Alright, what's up guys? We have SynC eSports taking on REXXARS in the Diamond Round of 8 match in Cycle 5, and you might have just watched something that might let you know how this series is going to go, and you also just might know how this series is going to go, because there's a bit of a skill differential between these two teams. But anyway, that doesn't matter, it still could be fun to watch. Isn't that right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
It could be fun to watch. It could also not be fun to watch.
It could also not be fun to watch. That's a good point. But for some reason, I was in this game, and then I had no idea what the hell was going wrong with me. This was last weekend though, so I was on my laptop, so it was weird. But anyway, got Cluck from Shrek Is Love and Ruder Z from Willowkeeper, who, well, didn't have the greatest day, but it's fine. Let's not talk about that.
I played well enough myself.
Yeah, that's fair. Anyway, bans and picks going through really quickly here. Parasite and Ophelia, the first couple bans from Insania. Kraken and Cthulhu get banned out by Cormal. I've been told to call him by somebody.
He is Cormal, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know why, but apparently that's something else. Anyway, this is also technically Insania's first game in the drafter position, I think, or was he in Cycle 4 too? I don't remember.
No, this is first cycle. He did it. Well, he did it in a lot of scrims in between cycles, obviously, but.
Right. Yeah, this is the first, so we'll see how that affects SynC's selections. I doubt it's going to affect it too much, but the Pyromancer is a notable pickup. They've been picking that hero up a lot more recently, which I approve of. But anything standing out to either of you guys yet?
Not really.
Yeah.
Pretty standard picks, I would say.
I mean, usually if a team likes to play junglers, they would pick a jungler always in the first three.
That's
Make
true.
sure they get a pick of the favorite junglers. But it's something SynC have been doing. They wait with their jungler pick, if they even go one nowadays.
Oh, they do. I mean, the match we just saw, it was their second non-jungle lineup out of 48 games. And
Seriously?
Season 3, yeah.
Even this cycle?
Yeah, that includes, so out of, we're probably closer to 50 then, because that was through 48. So yeah, I think they're at 50 now. 2 games of dual support out of 50.
Okay.
So, yeah, they're pretty predictable, I guess is the word, in terms of whether or not they're going to pick a jungler. So I'd assume that the last selection here is going to be Zalap's hero, and that PM is going to be Influenced by Meister's hands. Meanwhile, second stage of bans is Bubbles, Kinesis, and Warbeast, so Insania getting rid of some strong suicide options. Dr. Repulsor, Pharaoh, and Silhouette getting taken out by REXXARS, 2 short laners, and an initiator / suicide. So they didn't have an initiate, well, they potentially had a carry in Swifty, so Doctor and Silhouette ban, really? Seems weird to me.
I don't know.
I think it's always good something to.
God damn it, Cluck, you talk.
Sorry.
I think Doctor is fine with Swiftblade, but I mean Silhouette would be kind of overkill, I think. But
Yeah. Okay, now it's turn.
I agree with
I think it's always Kezu playing Swiftblade, so it's almost always a suicide Swiftblade for SynC.
It's usually Kezu playing Swiftblade. It has been Flens in a couple of games, but it is usually Kezu.
And thus, I think it's okay to ban carries, especially the Doctor, which is really scary with another hero that deals so much damage as Swiftblade.
Yeah.
Silhouette, yeah, it's probably not the best ban in this situation. And they didn't ban the Keeper, which is really surprising since it was the only core jungler, I don't know, of the 4 core. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna have some pretty significant lockdown here as well. Really strong push with Keeper Pyro. I mean, this is like a ridiculously powerful lineup, it seems like. And the Hellborn side picked a Drunken Master, so I don't know. Cluck, do you want to wax rhapsodic on the horrors of Drunken Master and how terrible that hero is? Because you should know.
Yes, but okay, it's not that bad though. I just picked him way too much.
Kinda bad.
Can be good in the right lineups.
You didn't pick him, it was still OP.
That's true of literally every hero. Every hero is good in the right lineup. Because if they're not good, it's the wrong lineup.
There are heroes that are always trash, and there are heroes that's almost always.
Okay, well that just
would-
means that I don't think there's any hero that's always trash. There's always some situation where a hero could be good, but the heroes that are good most of the time are just right in more lineups. I mean, I don't know. Drunken is just, it's terrible. I hate it. It's the second worst win rate in
think
HoN.
it's okay this game. Like,
Yeah.
yes, Legion is gonna rely a lot on like burst. They have really bursty heroes, and
Right.
Hellborn has really tanky heroes and Rhapsody. So if they can like bait it, they can probably take team fights pretty easily.
It's true. I mean, I think their only issue is going to be locking people down. They just don't have that much
Yeah.
extended
Well,
CC. Outside of Tempest Ultimate. But we'll see. Looks like we're going to set up with a Puppet Master in the bottom lane, and I forgot to turn Skype on DND, so that's a problem. And...
oh, can we sync up? Because
Oh.
my computer loads slower than your guys.
Okay. I'm at 6:13 on the on the replay counter. 6:15, 6:17, 6:16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
Okay, I'm 25, 20. Oh no. Can you? We need to do it again.
6:30, 6:31, 6:32, 6:33, 6:34.
Okay.
Alright.
Thanks.
These damn Swedes in there. I'm such a
Wow,
I was ahead.
racist. I'm
just
such a
for the
racist.
record. I was ahead after the load.
Yeah, that'll happen too. Sometimes I'm running too much stuff in the background and I don't load at the right time. But pretty standard lanes it looks like. I'm curious to see where Insania will go, but I'm guessing it's going to be in the middle. And that's going to be a pretty strong lane. Obviously, the initiation from Magnus followed up by the burst damage from Pyromancer is quite strong. Keizu in the suicide lane as a Swiftblade. He's never lost with this. And he's played like 11 games. So,
Yeah.
be scared.
But they actually have a pretty okay hero versus Swiftblade
Yeah.
in Malikan. As he can sort of away and heal and just man up on the Swiftblade with the heal. And the ultimate kinda hard counters Swiftblade ultimates. But I mean, Casey's gonna get a lot anyway.
Yeah.
Because it's Swiftblade.
I mean, the biggest issue is basically that is Malakin going to be able to force him on a lane? And I seriously doubt it.
No.
So, yeah,
They probably go
Swiftblade,
even.
right, Swiftblade probably won't win this, but if you're a suicide hero, you're very much okay with not winning a lane and going even. And he's actually stacking a camp,
Wow.
which,
It's hard for Timbers to take stacks before 5.
that's true.
So.
Well, it depends on how he positions himself. If you put yourself right at the edge where they keep getting aggro but they don't actually stay, you can sometimes do it alright. And
I think you can do stacks okay, yeah, like you say, if you are 400 gram. But you see, he actually has a ward, so if he sees Tempest doing the
Right.
camp, he can probably just run in and spin and
Right.
get some free creeps. I'm guessing that's what he's thinking.
Word spawn.
Yeah, okay.
He tried to bait it earlier by dropping the ward in the ground and making it seem like he had already placed it, and clearly that didn't work. Rocky's just too smart. But top lane should be relatively even, but I doubt there's going to be too much action up there. Middle lane, I would expect there to be a lot of action, as we've got Magnus and Pyromancer going up against Pebbles and Rhapsody, who's using the wrong alt avatar once again. And
What?
we've had this. I'm pretty sure we've had this conversation before. But the point is, that's not the right route.
Didn't everybody disagree with you?
No,
I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
no, I don't think so. And who cares if they did? They're just all wrong. I'm alright with that. Anyway, Invis Tempest hanging around and looking for something. The Legion side did have a ward that spotted out the Invis rune, so they definitely are aware that something's wrong. And they're playing this extremely passively. Pyromancer not gonna get jumped. Magnus is sipping his bottle, but they're being really cautious about this. Because they want the Pyro. Oh, actually, Magma's going to jump in, and they're going to counter this, probably onto Pyromancer. The question is, will they kill Rhapsody first? I don't think it's going to happen. Phoenix Wave is there. It's not going to be enough, and there goes the Bloodlust in favor of REXXARS. Health Buck going to be taken by Rhapsody, but that's not going to be enough. She's also going to fall, so ends up being a 1-for-1. And slightly in favor of the Hellborn side as they pick the Bloodlust skill, of course, but Rhapsody does waste a health pot, so that's not the greatest.
Oh. It's a bit greedy from them to go on them when Tempest has Invis.
I think it was because the Tempest hits 3 that they thought he wasn't there anymore.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's probably true.
Either way, I mean they just took a risk. And, if the Tempest isn't there, they win the lane straight up.
Yeah.
I guess.
I
They didn't lose the lane either.
Right. I mean,
So
getting that
it's-
counter kill was important because they still do have much better burst damage, I would say, in the Legion side than they do on the Hellborn team because both Magnus and Pyramids are going to bring something to the burst. And Pebble's Chuck isn't the easiest thing to hit when there's a bunch of creeps around. 4-minute rune
They're gonna
contested.
fight.
Yeah. And they're
This-
going to jump
this-
on
this
top of the
rune's
Rhapsody,
fight.
but this is not great for the Legion side. Looks like Pyromancer is going to be in a lot of trouble again. Uses the health pot, not going to be there. Illusion will be bottled by Magnus, but he actually might be in some trouble as well. Mana Pot getting it knocked off from Tempest, and Magnus will bottle up and just go right back to lane, so not bad. I end up getting another kill on Insania, who's 0-2.
First blood coming through, boots Pebbles.
Yep. And haven't talked about bottom lane at all, but Flensmeister is down here 303 gold per minute compared to Denver Pro at 158, so not doing all that well. I feel like Drunken should actually do okay against Puppet Master. I don't know why, but
Well, he's doing a bit worse than he should, I feel, but it's
Yeah.
a really favorable lane for.
Yeah, I agree. I think Puppet should win this 9 out of 10 times, at least.
right.
But I mean, I don't think
But not-
he should
but
have
not this
2
hard.
levels on him.
Yeah, not this
Or-
hard, but
Right.
he should win the lane still.
Well, we'll see. Flens is currently not actually topping the GPM charts because of Pebbles and Malakin, who's doing well in the top lane, so that's surprising to me as well. I mean, I think it seemed all three of us kind of figured Malakin and Swifty would go relatively even in this top lane, and instead Swifty's getting shut down fairly effectively. He's not getting destroyed, but Malakin's definitely...
It came down to how much regen they had, and Melican had 6 trees pulled by his
Right.
team.
And they do both currently have a health bot, so... he's got the life sword too, so that's helpful. But relatively passive early game. 6 minutes in, have had 3 kills so far, and I'm really kind of surprised that this Legion team isn't being a little more aggressive in the mid. I mean, I guess after they got Bloodlust, they didn't really feel like jumping constantly, but it's...
Yeah, I
Sorta
think
there.
they're a bit behind, so if they try to make plays 2v2, they're just gonna feed.
Right.
At least I don't think they can kill one and get out without one of them dying as well. So I guess they just want to play the farming game until they can get drones from Keeper and Super Puppet.
Yep. And... Oh, sorry.
The Legion had destroyed a Hellborn tower.
So, we'll see. They do manage to take the bottom towers. Keeper manages to leave the jungle for the first time. Obviously a relatively passive jungler, but he's at 300 gold per minute. And he did get the tower kill, that's mostly
The
why.
Hellborn had
Keeper doing
destroyed a
quite
Legion
well,
tower.
and they'll actually counter with the top tower. So, ends up being 1-point tower trade. REXXARS definitely holding their ground early on. And they're up 2-1 in hero kills. They're only slightly behind in gold.
Oh, dead. No.
Nope. So Swiftly gonna jump in. Trying to stop these creeps a little bit. It's not gonna be able to do so. Rotation over from Rhapsody in the bottom lane, and we'll see if they continue to push this tower. They're getting kind of aggressive on it, and it's actually down to about a quarter of its health. They can kill this thing if there's no response from REXXARS, which is surprising me.
Yeah, but they're a bit afraid now. And they see Pebbles on the ward.
Yeah. I'm very surprised they managed to get that ward off too, for that matter.
But I think it's gonna get countered now immediately. So I'm not sure if it actually was worth placing it.
Well, it's possible
I
to
mean-
save their life from Pebbles, but yeah. Sorry, you were thinking? Yeah, keep going.
No, I was really done. Yeah, but I mean, they saw him moving from mid, and they're gonna back anyway, so...
And Rhapsody gonna be in some trouble, gets enough hold on her as well as the Voodoo Puppet. It's gonna be enough damage to kill her though. I'm actually not sure. Root goes down, nicely done. They root the puppet, and that of course applies the effect to Rhapsody. So they do have to use 2 ultimates just to kill support, but they might have been the kill. And it's a free kill, no response. This is another Invis rune, and he's looking to set something up in the middle lane. The question is, will they have enough damage to follow this up? And
I think they're waiting for Rhapsody to come. Yeah, she's coming now.
It's gonna be a solo on Mag. Really, they're gonna use Tempest Ultimate for this as well. Not sure if that was necessary. They do get the kill, which is nice, but I think Glacial Blast might have been sufficient there.
Yeah, if you stagger stuns, maybe.
Yeah.
They definitely didn't do there.
Yeah, they were just like, kill the guy. Well, they're going to draw a couple of ports in the bottom lane, and they're going to try to catch out Slapped here. Puppet Master going to be in some trouble. Malikan going to jump on top of him. They do deny the tower. Slapped has the Invis. They're not going to be able to get him because they don't have any Invis detect except for on Rhapsody, who's trying to chase down the Puppet Master. And PM is running away. Not sure if they'll actually be able to get out of this. Puppet is dusted out. Yeah, and that's totally dead. Mecha coming in and looking for something else, but really shouldn't be getting aggressive here because there's too many people. Anyway.
But
yeah.
REXXARS are holding their ground at least.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And
it's looking good for them.
I mean, I'm reasonably surprised. Like, you know, you'd sort of expect SynC to beat this team relatively easily. This is just the round of 8, and they don't lose games in the round of 8. They don't lose games to teams that came up from Gold Division, unlike BMG. And Malikan's actually the top farmer in the game, which is reasonably surprising. Now, they do have spread farm very well on a Legion team, so we'll see if that comes into play, but I'd like to see them get a little more aggressive because they have some more early game viable heroes. And oh yeah, top lane missed that completely, but Switchblade manages to kill the Tempest and ports right out, so he's fine.
What a hero.
Kill the blade.
He's not a cancer at all, it's fine.
Yeah. And all the heroes can do that, right?
Yeah. Get a shrunken head and do that. It works. Predator can do that. People should pick Predator more clearly.
Predator suicide coming up.
I wonder if that would work. It'd be hilarious.
Probably would.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, Mick in the middle lane. Is he gonna die? He's got the power supply, and he actually might get out of this. Oh my god, that is awful. 3-man gank and actually turn this Root onto 2 heroes. We'll see if they can kill the Pebbles. Last time attack Firemancer. Yep, he's gonna connect. See that coming from a mile away. Just has such a ridiculous travel time. And that's gonna be the only kill they get, but kind of surprising they did not kill Mickey right there. He just barely manages to squeak out. And that's going to be a solid engagement for SynC. They're starting to take a bit of golden experience lead now as well.
Back to the idea of Suicide Predator, I don't think it will work. It doesn't put any pressure on the lane.
Yeah. I don't think Predator
but the
works
reason
at
why
all.
Swiftblade is scary is because he actually pushes pressure while he is magic immune.
Right.
I think.
What do you mean pressure? Like if
Like,
the better ganks come with lead, don't you think people would die? I think so. But probably would suck anyway, but Leap is fucking good.
Eh.
Leap is good, but it doesn't really help you survive, I think. I don't know. It's
I mean, it probably is.
It's way harder to box out a Swiftblade because you can't, you physically can't fight him the early levels when he's spinning.
Part of the problem too is you have to use 2 spells instead of 1 for Predator, and he does not have the greatest mana pool, so.
I'm just saying, good, but I mean, Suicide Scout, people thought that would suck as well. Before, like, somebody showed you how to play it.
I'm not saying it's impossible, I'm just saying Predator's kind of a shit hero in general, and I'd be really surprised if he managed to adapt to that role. Hey, who knows? Anything is possible. It's HoN, where dreams come true and everybody's mad. Rotation middle lane, as Ro8 has picked up an Invis rune. And we'll see if they can turn this into anything. SynC has played really, really passive here, which is a bit uncharacteristic for them. I mean, they only have 4 hero kills in 13 minutes, and it feels like they got Magnus, they got Pyromancer, they got Puppet, Swiftblade, and they're just not super interested in jumping on people, except for when they do. But Pebbles might look to turn this around. He doesn't have enough mana really to do too much. He's going to start bottling up. Malcolm coming in here. Swift Slashes are there, and actually Ro8 ultimate going to prevent a lot of damage. Keeper of the Forest is going to drop a root onto everybody. Ro8 is the first one to die, and Pebbles is going to fall right after 3-man Pyro stun. Drunken Master trying to do something, but a Blazing Strike onto Rocky Balboa on the Tempest. He's dead. Voodoo Puppet also onto the Malakin, and will they be able to kill him? Yes, they will. There goes Drunken Master as well. And, sorry, as I was just about to say, they're not being aggressive enough. They get a genocide.
Game on the silver platter right there.
The Legion have destroyed
Well,
a Hellborn tower.
I would say SynC is now ahead.
Looking good. Wow. Was that like 6k gold too?
Yeah.
And it looks like they're going to be able to take a tier 2 tower as well.
My phone actually crashed, so I'm watching from stream at the moment.
That's
I have a bit of a
The
delay,
Legion have
just so you
destroyed
guys
a
know.
Hellborn tower.
It's not that big a deal. And they will take a tier 2 tower. Actually, don't get the deny, which is again kind of surprising. So, SynC now up 4 towers. They've lost their top tier 1, but that's it. And they have a 5 hero killed advantage. Pretty significant gold lead as well for 14 minutes of the game. All of a sudden, they're like up 8.5k gold and 8k experience. So, REXXARS on the back foot. And they're going to need this Pebbles to get going a little bit more, I think. He's got 280 gold per minute, and he's just had more or less no presence in this game.
Yeah. You really need to farm his PK. That's really the core item on their team to start making plays.
Right.
Until they have the PK, they have a really hard time initiating fights.
And they're going to jump actually mid lane. Eruption going through, as speaking of PKs, Magnus has got a PK. Glacial Blast going to be on to Swiftblade here. Actually, Invis on Lensmeister. Malakin trying to run away. And a hasted Magnus going to chase him down. There's a Lava Surge. Enough CC, of course, from Puppet to be able to get this kill. And the rest of the REXXARS will be able to run away, but they managed to pick off the most important hero in Malakin. And they're going to go for Kongor now, because, hey, why not?
They were in the neighborhood.
Yeah. And it looks like Hellborn should probably try to focus this bot tower. Drunken Master and Ro8 are kind of down here, but they're thinking about Kongor, and I know this is happening because there's a ward of sight there. You kind of have to get something out of it, but they're not. Well,
Aren't they gonna get bot tower though?
nope.
Are they?
I mean, Magnus is there, so
Kongor
it's
has
not
been
gonna happen.
slain.
they're just gonna instead lose the Kong, and actually Swifty will steal the Ancients as well.
I think the only team that like gets so many stats on Magnus is early on.
I would
I think
imagine
I've seen them
so.
do this a lot. Like, I know we talked about it on my team, but we really think the volcanic touch is so good that you want it early on.
Yeah.
But just to put pressure on lanes, like push up lanes, farm. It does so much for you. I don't know.
But you play Magnus kind of a bit different, don't you? Compared to...
I mean, but when we're laning it, like as a farmer on the lane.
Alec gonna drop the possession, try to TP out, but that's not gonna work. Blazing Strike does way too much damage.
We still think the volcanic touch is good there.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, especially for lane harassing and something like a Pebbles. I mean, every single time it gets a last hit, that's a bunch of damage onto the Pebbles. And instead, he doesn't have that. But SynC moving as 5, figuring we've got a substantial lead. Let's go take advantage of it. We'll clear out all of the outer towers, and reasonably understandable why they'd want to do that.
Yes. So, Now I'm synced up, I think.
I'm at 1805, 1806,
The
1807,
Legion have
1808.
destroyed a Hellborn tower.
That's in game too.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
15,
Yeah.
16. Good stuff. Well, REXXARS is gonna have to make a stand here because they're down pretty significantly. If they lose another team fight, that could be the game. Pebbles gonna actually chuck Pyromancer back in. They really need to kill this, but they're not going to. Eruption onto 5 heroes. Rhapsody ultimate gonna save some damage. Keeper Root actually and the Tempest ultimate there. Not gonna be stopped, but there's just no damage follow-up. 2 dead right off the bat in the Rhapsody and Pebbles. Looks like Tempest gonna die as well in the background. Puppet Master will be just fine because the rest of his team is here, and there's no way that Drunken's gonna get out of that. Malikan, the only one to survive. And yeah,
Team fight positioning was really terrible there
Legion wins.
for REXXARS.
Yeah.
The initiation was really good for Pebbles. but
Yeah. The Salah
Actually
might
standing and
really
using your spells
play.
in base was really bad.
yeah. I don't know. You really want to
That could've
jump
been really
a
good.
Pyromancer? Like, so what?
But I actually don't think that's a problem. Like, everybody was so farmed on the Legion team, and
Yeah, that's
Pyro
true.
actually like so much.
That's true.
Like, he can burst anyone in their team. Okay, not anyone, but he can do a lot of damage.
That's fair. Well, I don't know. You want to continue talking, Cluck? Give us some final thoughts on the game that probably aren't even totally necessary because I'm not sure how much
Well-
there else to say about it.
Like, they played the lanes, like, really well. Like, almost winning it, going toe-to-toe. But then they just took one team fight and the game was over. Like, SynC outplayed them a lot in the team fights. And there just was no coming back from that with their kind of draft.
Yeah. You have anything to add to that, Root?
No, I think it was just like since the mid fight there with the first tower mid, I don't think it was in REXXARS cards anymore to win the game. Especially since SynC just took it to them.
Yeah.
At that point.
That's more or less the case. I mean, they got one opportunity and they took advantage of it. And against a team like SynC, you can't do that too much. If you open a door too wide, they will walk through it, and then they'll shut up behind them, and then you're done, because that's how metaphors work. But that'll do it for Game 1, as SynC is going to take a rather unsurprising 1-0 series lead, and we'll see if they can finish it off early, or if KNX can do some of that more laning phase-oriented stuff, hold their ground for a while, come out with victory. We will be back in a couple of minutes, so stick around, guys.